Within the local East Marsh community, Shalom has had over 30 years of working with the young people.
I'm the activity manager for Primary Action, which is working with the 5 to 11-year-olds in the area and their families through the Councillors' Ward Fund. We've provided activities for all the different age ranges of children in the area. We've had like samba drumming, DJ workshops and art and craft activities going every morning and afternoon for the young people in the area, which has been really well attended. We had really good fun.
Yeah, I'm getting a grant off Prince's Trust. I'm not saying how much about that, but it's basically to start my own business through DJing, you know, tutoring young kids. It'll give them a basic insight, you know, about DJ and stuff like that, staying off the streets, doing something that you actually want to do, you know what I mean, without getting into trouble. Well, I feel like, you know, a community that need more activities after school, daytime, weekend activities.
Over the half-term activities, we've had things like Valentine crafts on Valentine's Day.
I provide arts and crafts activities for local youth groups. I also do self-propelled projects. Today we've been making Valentine's heart magnets and caterpillars, and the actual caterpillars have got heart-shaped heads and wobbly eyes and antennae and things, and they all stick to the fridge and fall off and all that. It's brilliant.
The drama teacher came in and organised some of the young people to do a play, which they then developed and made their own.
We deliver a lot of arts projects for young people within this region and Lincolnshire and Yorkshire. The piece they came up with was about a witch called Vanessa. It started off being quite a lonely housewife, mother of 2 children, that she writes to her husband all the time because he works away. The piece they came up with was showing the neglect that she has towards her 2 children, and her sister's always being called round. So we had a scene with her sister controlling the children and getting quite frustrated with Vanessa for not paying attention to her family, and one of her friends who practices in witchcraft with her trying to get the cat out of the cauldron, which I think they found quite funny, so that was a bit of fun in there. And the final scene was Vanessa herself ignoring everything that was going on around her and writing a letter to her husband. They also came up with the idea that the husband would actually be stood behind her as a ghost, and at the end of the piece Vanessa would find out he'd actually died a week earlier, so it was quite sad at the end.
Within the community we do lots of projects that get the children doing something creative. Today we're doing art and craft activities with children and young people at Shalom Youth Club. This morning we did various things with the younger children. We did hamsters, pretend hamsters in carry cases, which are really cute and they really liked.
We've been working with a local blacksmith who's been in and worked with the children to design panels to go on the fence in Grant Thorold Park. So she'd made those panels up and has just brought them in for the young people to paint so that they can take ownership of that, which is really good news too.
I've been asked by the Regeneration Arts Development Department of the Council to come and work at the Shalom Youth Centre, basically to do some designs for shapes to go on the railings over in Grant Thorold Park to brighten up the area. They've already worked on a project over on the library building and that went really well, and as far as I know the artwork that went on there hasn't been vandalised. So they thought a similar kind of project might work well with the railings.
we've got a good relationship with the parents and young people in the community. They know they can come and talk to us. We can advise them on how to make healthy choices, what choices are healthy for them, and help them make the right choices if that's what they're wanting to do.
Staff are very helpful here to help people when they ask.
Somewhere to get respect and stuff like that.
They
Go
can
and
talk
talk
to
to somebody, talk to them or whatever. Something like that.
The children come, they start at 5-year-old, and we get a really good relationship going with them because they stay right through then quite often until they're 16 or 17, with some of them still coming back to volunteer.
Our young people in our community actually come into the centre to make new friends and to enjoy just being together.
Projects like this in the community I think are very important. I think they can have a lot of impact. I think it's important for young children especially to get involved with things like drama and creativity because it can inspire confidence, it builds their character. Like I said, we play a lot of games until team building exercises with them, and they forget that people are watching them, maybe they forget it's drama, and they just concentrate on having a good time and having fun and just building relationships with each other and growing in confidence, really, character building.
I feel that the impact in the community, like for the kids and for the mentors, is like a mutual respect. It's like whereas in normal educational settings they don't get the potential that they don't fulfil the potential. So in these kind of environments, it really helps them to be themselves.
I've had a few sessions here, and each time I've come, the kids have been really well behaved, and the volunteer workers, they seem to have a really good rapport with the kids. There seems to be a lot of trust there. It's nice, they seem to be really involved. They've worked really well with me with the paint and kind of really concentrated on what they're doing rather than messing about. And it's been really good.
The activities that we do are what I would call educational. That means that the young people are responsible for their own behaviour, and we encourage them to take responsibility for their behaviour and to take a role within the youth centre that involves them making some of the decisions on what they want to do and where they want to go.
Well, I started on Monday UV for about half a year, and then stopped that and then come to Tuesday for about, so coming here since about November.
We like going to shop because we can see all of our friends here. We can dance and listen to music and chill out. Like playing a lot of football, used to netball and all that lot. I'm not so keen on it now, but football, I do a lot of that. I like who this goes. And I do. And she likes to dance. And so does she. My favourite thing is baking because we get to bake anything like chocolate cakes to massive Easter eggs. Yeah, I've been making a hamster, made a cake and made a bowl for it. Nowhere else to go to really. This is like where you can come and have fun because everywhere else is quite boring.